Hey guys, off the mic wrestling show here, Mike Mayer. When you do a long review of a wrestling show, and I feel like I've done this a lot, where I just jam a whole bunch of shit into my shows, and I think doing some shorter, digestible, pieces of content might be a little bit more beneficial here for the channel and for some people. Let's face it, we all have short attention spans, including me. So, I wanted to start off with this, and let's start at the end of All In, and let's talk about Bryan Danielson. And I think he's maybe the greatest wrestler I've ever seen in my entire life. That's not hyperbole. I mean, if you want to disagree with it, with how his run in AEW has gone, considering he lost, it was a wonderful moment at Wembley Stadium to see him celebrating in the ring with his kids, his wife, and some of his best friends in the Blackpool Combat Club, and Pac, because Pac is just awesome. But one thing that I saw on the internet that people are starting to trumpet out, and I need to dispel this right away, because I think it is a ludicrous take, that this moment, and Bryan Danielson even said it, but what the hell is he supposed to say? He's literally sitting next to his boss and Tony Khan. People are starting to say that this is the best moment of Bryan Danielson's career. Him winning the title at Wembley Stadium to save his career. And listen, if you've only been watching wrestling for a couple of years, you're entitled to have that opinion. But what I would advise you to do, and also advise to the people who are actually saying this, that have been watching wrestling for a large chunk of their lives since around 2014, go back and watch The Miracle on Bourbon Street at WrestleMania 30 and tell me that again with a straight face, because you are full of shit. There is no way that we get to the moment where Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, is standing in the middle of the ring with 50,000 people screaming at the top of their lungs, yes, going crazy with the final countdown blasting off. There's no way he is treated that way if we don't get WrestleMania, as Jerry Lawler coined it, and The Miracle on Bourbon Street, as Michael Cole coined it, at WrestleMania 30. He beat, and I'm not trying to disrespect Swerve Strickland, he beat 3 Hall of Famers. There are 3 guys who are going to be in the Hall of Fame, one who is already in the Hall of Fame in Triple H. Triple H isn't even in for his singles career, which is easily, he's going to be a 2-time Hall of Famer. Randy Orton's going to get in. We know that. His career is far from over. Batista's career is over. He would have been in the Hall of Fame if it was not for COVID. Bryan Danielson, in one night beat all 3 of those guys. And that moment in Wembley Stadium does not happen without that. So if you want to tell me with a straight face that today or yesterday, depending on when you're watching this, Wembley Stadium, All In 2024, is the greatest accomplishment of Bryan Danielson's career, is the greatest moment of his career, you are full of shit. I'm just saying it bluntly. You honestly deserve to have your wrestling fan card taken away from you for saying something as egregious as that. That is insulting, and it just shows, hey, maybe you hate Vince McMahon or maybe you hate WWE. Get your finger out of your butt and just stop sucking on Tony Khan's on his nuts and ball washing him. It was a cool moment. It was an amazing moment, but it pales in comparison to that moment in New Orleans in April of 2014. Because like I said, Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, and Daniel Bryan, who we know and love, was made on that night in New Orleans. This was just the capping and a cherry on top of the sundae at Wembley Stadium on a Sunday afternoon in August. And like I said, we can sit back and reflect on this in 10 years. I will still go to bed with the same opinion. And again, you're entitled to have your opinion if you've only been watching wrestling for a handful of years and you started watching with AEW and you don't really know Bryan Danielson's career in WWE as Daniel Bryan. But again, that is ridiculous. It is an absurd opinion to have. So stop with that. Stop with having that opinion, because I think you're just full of shit. That's it. That's it for that. Have more content a little bit later on. Subscribe to the YouTube channel here at OT Mike Wrestling. Follow the show at OT Mike Wrestling on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Follow me at Off the Mic 28. If I offended you, I really don't care, because I'm right.